What's locked in a queen's coffin that Britain's terrified to open? Elizabeth I, the Virgin Queen, 24, 1603. The truth of her final days was buried faster than her body. This isn't the Gloriana fairy tale you learned in school. This is the story of a woman who survived a slaughterhouse court, poisoned herself to look divine, and died standing up, haunted by ghosts only she could see. A story so dangerous, her tomb's been sealed for 400 years. Ready to uncover what the monarchy doesn't want you to know? Picture a 3-year-old girl, eyes wide with terror, hearing the crowd roar as her mother's head rolls. Anne Boleyn, beheaded in 1536 for failing Henry VIII. Little Elizabeth didn't see the axe fall, but the silence afterward broke something in her. She learned early, weakness is death. Being a woman is death. Needing anyone is death. Henry's court was a meat grinder. Wives swapped, heads chopped, loyalties flipped by lunch. Elizabeth watched it all. Anne of Cleves dodged the blade by staying quiet. Catherine Howard, barely 21, wasn't so lucky. Elizabeth cataloged every lesson: adapt, hide, survive. By the time she was a teenager, she was a master. Smiling at insults, curtsying to enemies, burying her rage. But that kind of life leaves scars you can't see. And something else was wrong with her, something nobody dared whisper. Not yet. Fast forward to 1554. Elizabeth's 21, locked in the Tower of London, where her mother waited for death. Her sister, Queen Mary, wants her gone. Catholics are burning Protestants in the streets, and Elizabeth's the Protestant heir. A walking target. The tower's walls are scratched with the prayers of the doomed. 2 months of interrogations, thin accusations, no solid proof. Elizabeth plays the game perfectly. Meek, Catholic enough to confuse them, too sick to push too hard. She walks out alive, but not whole. Those months carved a cold, hard edge into her soul. Survival meant never showing the real her. Not to friends, not to lovers, not to herself. And her body? It was starting to betray her in ways nobody could have predicted. But that's coming. By 1558, Mary's dead, and Elizabeth, at 25, is queen. The coronation's a golden spectacle, but under the gown, her corset's laced so tight, her ribs creak. That's not vanity, it's armor. Her power depends on looking untouchable, divine, eternal. But divinity comes at a price. Every morning, her ladies slather her face with Venetian ceruse, white lead mixed with vinegar, sometimes. By her 30s, she's got headaches so bad she cancels court. By her 40s, her joints ache, her temper snaps like a whip. She throws slippers at ministers, slaps maids for nothing. The corset's worse, whalebone and steel, crushing her waist 6 inches smaller, bending ribs, squashing lungs. She can barely breathe, but she stands for hours, smiling, because weakness invites invasion. And whispers are spreading. Her voice is too deep, her frame too tall, her body not quite right. What did they mean? Marriage pressure hits like a storm. Europe's kings, Philip II, Eric XIV, the Duke of Anjou, line up, demanding a husband, an heir, a secured throne. Elizabeth strings them along, flirting, delaying, never saying yes. Robert Dudley, her one true love, is different. Handsome, loyal, Protestant, perfect, except his wife's mysterious death in 1560 sparks rumors. Did he kill her? Did Elizabeth? The scandal's too hot, so she keeps him close but never weds. Some say she chose virginity to keep power. Others whisper she had no choice. Ambassadors note her manly voice, her odd shape. A Venetian wrote, "Her form is not as other women's," then vanished back to Spain. In 1566, a doctor saw something under her gown that left him pale, silent, dead within a year. Was it androgen insensitivity syndrome? A body that looked female but couldn't bear children? The truth's locked in her bones, and Britain won't let us look. Jump to 1588. The Spanish Armada's coming, 130 ships, 30,000 men, ready to end Elizabeth's reign. She's 54, crumbling from lead poisoning, corset damage, maybe arthritis. Yet she rides to Tilbury, ceremonial armor gleaming, delivering her legendary speech. "I have the heart and stomach of a king." Soldier for her. But backstage, she's a wreck. Lifted onto her horse, doped with wine and stimulants, collapsing after. Her ladies hide the blood she coughs up, the pain that stops her eating. The Armada's crushed by storms and tactics, but victory costs her. Her love, Dudley, dies weeks later. She locks herself away, clutching his last letter, marked in her handwriting. His last letter. Did it hint at their secret sorrow? Something her body couldn't give? The grief breaks her a little more. By 1600, the end's near. Elizabeth 67, toothless from lead and sugar, her breath foul, cheeks stuffed with cloth to hide the sag. Her wigs, piled high with jewels, give her migraines. Her hands shake, lead, Parkinson's, or just exhaustion. The smell's the worst. Her ladies burn incense, but it can't mask the rot. A tumor? An abscess from the corsets. Pressure? Her immune system's shot from decades of poison. In 1601, her favorite, Essex, sees her without the mask, wig off, sores exposed. He's shocked, then tries a coup. She signs his death warrant, weeping. Depression swallows her. She stops eating, stops sleeping, stops caring. Courtiers whisper, "The Queen's dying," but she won't admit it, not yet. January 1603. Elizabeth's 69, a ghost in her own palace. She stops the makeup, lets the scars show. "Let them look," she snaps. Her throat's swollen, swallowing's agony. Her belly swells like a cruel pregnancy, fluid from failing organs. She refuses bed, sits on cushions, propped up by ladies. For weeks, she stays upright, muttering to ghosts. Her father, Dudley, her mother. "Who's there?" she asks empty corners. Delirium? Or fear that lying down means surrender? Her counselors beg for an heir. She nods vaguely at James, the 6th of Scotland, Mary's son. On March 23rd, she collapses. They carry her to bed. Her breathing slows, eyes unfocused. Dawn, March 24th. She's gone. No last words, just silence. Then the cover-up. Doors lock, guards block the halls. Her ladies strip her body and gag. The lead makeup's eaten her face. Black, ulcerated, peeling in sheets. The corsets carved grooves into her flesh. Ribs cracked, organs displaced. Between her legs, something wrong, malformed or missing. They won't say. Her abdomen swollen. They seal her in lead within hours. No autopsy, no questions. Doctors die mysteriously. Servants are scattered. The funeral's rushed. James crowned fast. Her tomb's locked tight. In 2025, historians beg for scans. Denied, like always. Why? Richard III's bones were studied. Catherine of Aragon's too. But Elizabeth's? Forbidden. Ex-posts scream conspiracy. The monarchy's hiding a truth that could unravel her myth. Elizabeth was Gloriana, the fairy queen who saved England. But she paid with her body, poisoned by lead, crushed by corsets, broken by a life of never slipping. Her reign was a miracle, but her death was a horror show, buried to save an empire. What's in that coffin? A woman? A king? Or something else entirely? Britain's too scared to look. Are you? Drop your thoughts below. What secret do you think they're hiding?